This is MSR TV6 15 Minutes News. In the headlines, CCISM launched its 2014 elections. First Pension Awareness Conference well attended. Shots fired, shell casing found, no one arrested. These stories with much more details coming up right after this.
MSR Cable TV, simply the best.
The CCASM Chamber of Commerce French St. Martin has officially launched its 2014 elections. During a press conference held at the West Indies Mall on Thursday, President of the Chamber of Commerce and other members explained themselves on what they intended to do and what is expected. Steve Tacklin, President of the Chamber of Commerce, spoke to MSR reporter.
The idea of the press conference today is to basically launch our new campaign for 2014. The elections for the Chamber of Commerce is coming back up in June, on the 26th of June. So it's important for us to open our campaign and to let the business community know and be aware that the election is coming up. The people that vote during this election is basically people that have a business that is registered at the chamber. So that is the reason why we're launching our campaign today with our new team, naturally, because I think that it is important when you have a young team like I have, and we worked so hard for the past 5 years. It's time for me to take a back step and to let one of the younger ones go forward and to head this list. So this is what we're working on today.
And the business persons can vote. When the election comes on, what is it they're voting for?
They're voting for a list at the chamber.
A list at the chamber.
Hopefully, there might be only one list. Last election, it was very complex, so we only had one list, which was our list. So we went into the elections without any opposition.
Okay.
And I don't know what's going to happen this election, but with the work that we have done for the past 5 years, I'm sure that the confidence of the business community is there, and they will renew their confidence in our list.
Jean Arnold, Vice President of the CCISM, also elaborated on his passion working there and his goals.
The Chamber of Commerce is an institution that represents businesses, and once every 5 years we have elections. So our group, Building Together, Entrepreneur Ensemble, launched our list today, and we believe that there may be other lists. Basically, the list consists of 21 business owners from different business sectors, because the chamber has to be representative of the economy of French St. Martin. Our strategic objectives for another 5 years. First of all, the chamber is not a policy organization. We are an advocacy organization, and we represent businesses. And what we are advocating are three things based on two pillars. First of all, we need to safeguard existing jobs and businesses. Secondly, we need to expand the economy so that we can grow the economy. Today, our demand is in decline. And thirdly, we need to promote St. Martin more. And I'm not talking from a tourism perspective, but from an attracting investment perspective, and secondly, an export perspective. The two pillars in our view that are needed are efficient and good governance. And secondly, we need to implement a financial structure that fosters business creation. There's opportunities in this region, but we need to take into consideration the reality. We're not in Europe here. Today, we're operating on French St. Martin as if we're France in the middle of Europe. We're in the middle of the Caribbean, in the Americas, and those structural or foundational issues regarding our economy need to be addressed, and that is what we're going to do as a chamber. So our intention is to be the voice of business over the next 5 years, as we have been for the past 5 years structure in this chamber, but over the next 5 years to say that we need to innovate to develop the economy.
management and staff of Algemeen Pensioenfonds St. Martin held its first pension awareness conference on Friday at the Sonesta Maho Hotel and Casino, where participants were in attendance to learn more about securing their pensions and being made aware of how important it is to have a pension for later years. According to many of the staff of RPS, the pension system all over the world are undergoing changes, and St. Martin is no different. The RPS conference is to raise awareness on pensions for later and facilitating retirement. Ms. Kendra N. Arnell, Director of RPS, explains more about the conference.
It's a conference that's meant predominantly for our participants. So we are a pension fund that handles the pensions for civil servants on the Dutch side, as well as for teachers and other employees of public sector, semi-public sector organizations on Dutch St. Martin. So why an awareness conference at this point in time? Well, basically, APS is relatively new to the island. We were established as of 10/10/10 by an ordinance, but the organization actually did not come into operation until January 2012. And during that time, during our first years of operations, we basically noticed that there's a relatively large backlog on information when it comes to pension. People weren't aware as to what the added value or the benefits were of being a member of a pension fund, and definitely weren't thinking about retiring and where their income would be coming from later on once they've passed, stopped working and are reliant on their pension. So we really wanted to have a conference put in place and organized as quickly as possible in order to bring that information across to people, make them aware as to what it is they should be putting some time and attention into in order to still be able to build up a proper pension in order to have some income for later on, as well as to our persons that are already retired. They are already collecting a pension, but why that amount? What is it that I'm seeing, and what is the difference between what I'm supposed to be getting, what goes off in taxes, what is used to finance social premiums, etc. So once you are working for either the government of St. Martin, public education, public schools, and other specific entities that are appointed as such, persons that are working for those companies are automatically entitled to build up a pension with us.
Former Lieutenant Governor of St. Martin and Chairman of the Board of the RPS spoke about the importance of securing pension.
The RPS, stands for General Pension Fund. And as you just said, I'm chairperson of the General Pension Fund. And this is something definitely that lied at my heart for quite some time, and making sure, bringing awareness to the people, because pension is very important. For some reason, when you're young, you don't think on pension. But you forgot one thing: if you stay healthy, one of these days you would get old. Because when you're young, you feel, I'm strong now, I can do anything. And you have the money, you spend the money. But it's good actually to put something aside, for later days. We are trying actually to bring back the awareness and teaching people that if you save, you can have a good pension and not only depend on the pension fund, the general pension fund, or on government for your pension, but you yourself can do something by even saving a little 100 guilders per month, if possible, whether it's not 150, if it's 10 guilders, do that. So we were stimulated years ago by our parents, by our grandparents, to save something, whether it's a little 10 guilder. People are not aware, what pension really is. All what they rely on is at the end of the day, when they retire, this is my pension. And then, as you heard the minister said, and you heard Molette mention, and the director, Kendra Arnell, that sometime you look at it and you said, this is all what I'm getting? Because you were not aware, you didn't actually check to see what your pension will be at the end, of your career when you make 60 years or 65. So I believe people should really put a plan together, and a good plan, and look at it, and in that plan have what is your income now and what you expect actually to have when you reach the age of retirement, so that you can live, a wealthy, healthy life.
Rio Productions Lighted Parade, which will be the third pre-carnival parade before the actual official opening of Carnival 2014, will take to the streets this Saturday evening beginning at 8 p.m. starting at the Grand Marché Supermarket. An advanced traffic disruption warning is being given by police officers who are also reassuring the public that this traffic disruption will be kept to a minimum and that their disruption should last for about 20 minutes to a half an hour. Chief Inspector Gout, Inspector Bloeman, and Inspector Ricardo Henson are here explaining during a press conference.
And it's starting as usual by Gramarche on the Bush Road. The time to start is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock. That means that there will be lining up before 8. So from 7:30, traffic coming from the AEC Browse Road over the hill cannot make use of that part of the Bush Road. They have to choose by the first roundabout to take Bel Air route or continue straight direction St. Peter's and by the ball field use the Gladiola Road, take the Coralita Road. That's the options that they have. It won't take long. As soon as they line up, 8 o'clock, we start. So within 20 minutes, this road. So from 20 past 8, everybody can make use of the Zegerscott Road. So they can come the custom route by Gramarche, take the Bush Road, take the Colarita Road, go in the region, touch Quarto, Nazareth, Belvedere, any direction. But the back road is still open because we are on the Bush Road. So the traffic on the Bush Road will be diverted, or it will be best for them to choose by Old Van Dorpedien, Ursula Baker Street, take it from there, or turn by the bridge and take the Gladiola Road, go over. Okay? So when they reach the bridge is the moment where we're going to close the 8 Taylor's Road. And that will be more or less, let's say, to be safe, 8:30. Around 8:30, we have reached the bridge. That means that the 8 Taylor's Road is closed because they have to go on the Nisbet Road onto the Old Van Dorpedien. So it's going to take the next 20 minutes. That is the moment where you have to use the 8 Taylor's Road, but approaching it from the Colarita Road or the Zegerscott Road. So do not come in the direction of the bridge on the 8 Taylor's Road by Eddie's roundabout, the Cotton roundabout there. Do not do it. Cottage. Do not do that because you're going to get stuck. Unless you need to go to one of the establishments or you live on that edge. If you don't have to be there, please do not use that in that time. It will take again 20 minutes, not longer, max an half hour. And after that, it's on the longer road going to Front Street. Once it's in Front Street, it's business as usual. Every destination is open. It will take more or less 1.5 hours, max an hour and 40 minutes to reach head of town. There is where we're going to have one. The Freedom Fighters has to be blocked, so no traffic can go towards Point Blanche, but out of Point Blanche, no traffic can come neither. That is a critical moment. And as soon as it's only two bands we have, so we will have it on that stretch of the road. And as soon as it's there, it's open through Vogel Street in front of Jump Up Casino. The people who live in, let's say, Point Blanche area can use Kanahita Street, come up, and they can pass in front of Jump Up, and by the bank there come out, Welvaartbrug, and go to their destination. So the most they have to wait will be between a half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour, not more. After that, it's the normal route. Once it's on the Nisbet Road here, again, all destinations are open. There is we don't see or foresee nothing that will disrupt the other destinations, and it will end on the Soliga Boulevard.
The young men that are the revelers that are in these jump up, they conduct themselves sometimes improper, and by law, it says that you are not allowed to wear any other type of masks to hide your identity. It's not part of a costume. And it's not part of the carnival parade, it's a jump up. And we are asking the community, or we are asking these young men, we are asking the parents to talk to their kids and to talk to the youngsters, not in no sense to have anything or tying their faces. You know, they commit bandanas and they tie their faces, those type of things. If you think it's not right, it's illegal, it's stipulated by law that it's not allowed. And we think that that should not happen, and we're asking everybody to cooperate with us, all the youngsters. If you don't have anything to hide, it's no need to cover your face.
Shots were fired outside of a house on the Sucker Garden Road on Thursday morning, but no one was reported to be injured. A woman called police after hearing gunshots. It transpired that the male resident of the house had an argument with two other men, after which he had entered the house to collect a gun. He is then said to have fired into the air. Bullet shells were found on the ground after the incident, where the police attended. 2 houses were searched and a number of marijuana plants were found inside one of the dwellings. A witness gave a statement to the police but was not arrested. An investigation into the incident is currently ongoing. This has been MSR TV6 15 Minutes News. We want to thank you for viewing. Until next time.